what's happening? What's good? What's going on? Part of my presence YouTube channel. I want to do this video on some foolishness that I saw recently on social media. Now, there was a post that was created by someone by the name of somebody's daughter, believe it or not, right? That's their Twitter handle. And they actually call themselves Bratty. So take that with a grain of salt with the information I'm going to give you in a moment. But they posted something in regards to, I guess, instructions or a guideline, or I guess you could call it a itemized bill of what it costs to keep a woman on a monthly basis. Now, normally you wouldn't pay this any mind, but this got so big that it got into the hands of DJ Academics, and he posted it on his 5 million followers IG page. And then, of course, once that happens, things become viral. Of course, a lot of people have many opinions on this, men and women and everybody in between, and they're going to give their opinion, and I am no different. Now, the first thing I want to say is the fact that this is what you would call pure social engineering. There's no other point to this other than to get people to talk, to get people to even consider this as normal, and to get people to aspire to meet these benchmarks. Okay, but let's get into the nitty-gritty and let's go over all the details of this particular post and how much it really costs to keep a woman. So I can't tell you whether or not this was a collaboration of sorts where many people put their heads together and created this list, but I will say that this list kind of has everything that the modern day woman would want and what they would like men to pay for. Because that's pretty much what this list is getting at. But I'll just go over the details. It mentions hair. The cost of hair monthly to keep a woman is $450. Then there's nails at $350. Now, I don't know. I'm not a woman. I didn't have any sisters growing up. And I've never paid for women to do their hair or for women to do their nails, but I can't imagine that nails cost you $250. Like come on, let's be real. And I can't see how hair costs $450 on a monthly basis. How many times are you doing your hair within a month that costs you that much money? But let's go further, because it gets even more ridiculous. Then it goes to lashes and waxes for $350. How much does it cost to get a wax? I mean, you should do that every week or every 2 weeks. It doesn't cost you $350. Ain't no way in hell. You could get a Groupon deal, so on and so forth. And then lashes. Are lashes necessary? Do you need to have lashes? Why is it that all these people are getting lashes on their eyes, making it seem like they are Bambi or something? It doesn't look good. A lot of times these lashes start crumpling up and get stuck together and they look foolish, right? But that's neither here nor there. Let's keep going. Now it goes to makeup and skincare, $250. I would have thought that your makeup and skincare would cost more than the lashes, or at least would have some more priority than the lashes and waxes. So whatever. $250 seems kind of low, considering how much makeup women are using nowadays to the point where they look like transgendered women. But again, let's keep going. Then there's clothes, $500 a month. Again, this is all monthly, right? I would have thought that would be more as well too, considering the high fashion that people are involved in nowadays. Then there's grocery at $500 a month. Now, if that's just for a woman alone, I guess you could say that's okay. I'm sure you could probably get away with a lot less, especially if it's just for one woman alone, not children or not a whole entire family, right? I mean, for me, there's three of us. I pay maybe about $100 to $200 a week. So again, $500 for just a woman alone, that's kind of crazy. But let's keep going. And this is the part that doesn't make any sense. The next line, it's eating out, $500. If you're spending that much in groceries, then you shouldn't be spending that much money in eating out, right? I mean, why am I going out and paying that much if I'm spending that much in groceries? Sit down and cook and figure out how to cook and eat the food that you're buying, right? Then there's a gym membership, $200 a month. Y'all, what gym membership is $200 a month? Is that the Lifetime Fitness that you're going to the gym? You could go to Planet Fitness for $15, right? Come on, does that make any sense? $200 a month for gym membership. What are you getting in the gym? What are you doing in the gym? Anyways, we keep going. The car note and gas, $500 a month. Okay, that's probably on the low end. when you're adding the gas to the car note. But okay, whatever. You want to use that $500, fine. Then you got the vacation fund, $350 a month. Again, I guess we're assuming that we're leading up to a big vacation at the end of the year. But $350 a month for a vacation at the end of the year, that's kind of crazy, right? Because if we were to multiply that by 12 months, that's 4,200. Again, for one woman, if it's that much, that means if you're gonna include me into the picture, then that's twice the amount. I'm not sure if vacations are $8,000. You tell me. Last time I checked, you go to Cuba for under $1,000, right? So again, but that's neither here nor there. Then we go into the phone bill, $200 a month. I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android. I pay $50 a month, and I'm in one of those countries in Canada where you pay a lot more for your phone bill than other places. So you tell me, $200 seems kind of high, right? Then you have medical insurance, $400. Again, so in other words, you're spending more on your hair, you're spending more on your clothes, spending more on eating out than you do on your health benefits. And then the last part that makes no sense to me is going out, $750. If I'm buying $500 in groceries and then I'm also eating out at $500, what the hell am I doing going out paying $750? What does going out mean? I mean, if I'm traveling to dinner, that's part of eating out, is it not? If I'm going to some type of vacation, most of the times it involves food, that's eating out. So what is this additional $750, right? So in total, what they're saying is that the cost of keeping a woman on a monthly basis is $5,300. This is what Bratty, quote unquote, somebody's daughter, which is her Twitter handle or IG handle, this is what she's saying is the standard $5,300. So like I said, this is social engineering at work. This is when a woman is trying to condition men to aspire to meet these lofty goals. They're looking to change the mindset of men to think that, hey, if I don't do this, my girl's going to leave me, or I can't get a girl, or I'm going to be seen as an unworthy partner, and therefore I have to spend $450 on hair. I have to spend $750 on going out on a monthly basis. So this is not meant to be truthful. This is not a reality. This is meant to create a particular reality. This is meant to create a certain type of mindset. This is meant to create the type of thinking that, hey, it ain't tricking if I got it type of mentality. You know how before we used to look down upon tricks. We used to look down upon men who used to pay to get women. But now we turned it into this notion that, hey, if I got the money, then it's not tricking if I got it. It's called cool if I got it. It's convenient if I spend the money to get a chick. But that's not the case, because what ends up happening is that when women know that you're willing to spend, and if women know that you're willing to throw money away, they're going to start expecting it, and they're no longer going to see it as a act of service or something that considered to be a gift out of your own kindness of your own heart. They're going to look upon it as the expectation, the norm. It's what you're supposed to do. And that's almost like what this is doing, especially now with inflation happening and cost of living is on the rise. This is almost like a way to renegotiate the terms of the contract between a man and woman, and the woman is saying, look, things have changed, but the contract needs to be retooled, and this is exactly what we're looking for, and this is what you have to agree to. And really at this point, it's up to men to have some balls and push back and say, you know what, I'm not going to spend this amount of money on this. This is not happening over here. You could cancel out that going out fund for $750 if I'm already eating out for $500. We have to work with this and look at this and say, you know what, this ain't happening. We have to step up and say, this is not going to happen. This is unrealistic. This is not something that we're doing. And we also need to have all types of men have that same point of view. Not just the everyday man who's working a 9 to 5, but the guy who's making millions of dollars as well too, whether it's in pro sports or whether it's in corporate America or you have your own business. I think all men need to bind together and come together and say, this is bullshit and this is something that is fake and it's some type of lofty expectation that women want to put upon us, but it's not happening. And I think it's time that men speak up and say, this is bullshit and we're not going to cater to women in this form of fashion. Also, what's never talked about is who could afford this shit. Like, who are the men that are going to be able to afford this shit? And the men who are going to be dealing with these women, they won't be able to afford this shit legally. They're going to be doing things illegally, scamming, robbing, all kind of different things to be able to make up with these payments. So what are we really pushing here? What are we really socially engineering here? What are we trying to build here other than a society where men are trying to keep up with a woman's needs, quote unquote needs, really it's wants, but putting up with a woman's wants that are unattainable and risking their lives and taking penitentiary chances just to provide them with material things. And the interesting thing about this is the fact that instead of trying to negotiate and get men to do more meaningful things, things that would actually be more beneficial to women and children and to relationships and marriages in general, like maybe cooking, maybe sharing and paying for bills, maybe taking care of the children on one weekend so that women have their date nights, something to the effect that requires an emotional connection with their women and not necessarily something that you do that's financial, right? Like a financial transaction. If they put that in here, then I'd say, you know what? Yes, that's a valid argument to make as far as what you need to do to keep a woman. But when it's strictly a financial list of things you must pay for in order to keep a woman, when that's implied, it's almost like taking the human element out of a relationship. It's taking out the emotional aspect of a relationship, which to me has more value and meaning. Especially if you're going to be involved with a woman for a long-term relationship, there needs to be some type of understanding on, or some type of connection on an emotional, spiritual level, not a financial level, right? And the question becomes, well, if the man is doing all of these things, then what in turn are women doing to keep a man? Where's the monthly list about things that a woman must do to keep a man? Now, is it going to be a financial list? Are men looking for something as far as some type of monetary gain? Or are men looking for something else that they need to do, that women need to do on a monthly basis, that you need to get a certain amount of, head per week in order to keep a man? You need to introduce your man to other friends and bring him into the mix in the bedroom. You need to start cooking on a daily basis. Like what is the list that men should be creating to kind of, renegotiate the terms and the agreements of this collective agreement? What is it that we're doing here? What are we saying here? So again, like I said to you before, this is a form of social engineering. This is a form of women trying to renegotiate the terms of relationships, and we men should not go for it. But probably most importantly, we should completely ignore these types of posts on social media because they hold no relevance. They're not coming from anyone who has any authority, and they're not someone who we should even be looking to aspire to become. So leave this be as entertainment and nothing more. Go about your day as you normally would. Interact with your significant other as you normally would, and do the things that your significant other wants to have done, and make sure that she reciprocates as well too. Or if you are a woman dating a man, make sure he reciprocates in the way that you need him to. In every relationship, remember, every relationship is unique and special for the both of you, and you guys set the terms as to what you expect from your partner. Don't let these other fools like Bratty, somebody's daughter, create and set the terms for you to abide by. That's not how things work. That's a method to be involved in some toxic relationships. That's a situation you're going to end up in creating broken families and broken homes. You're going to have a lot of issues, child support, spousal support, wherever the case may be. You don't want to go down that road. So create your own meaningful relationship rules and goals and abide by them, and leave all of this superficial, selfish, narcissistic type of list alone. Okay, so that's how I feel. That's my word of the day. You let me know if you agree, disagree. Leave a comment in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share all that good stuff. Until next time, part of my presence YouTube channel. Next move, best move. Peace.